Welcome to day 5 of me trying to get rid of my porn addiction in 120 days. Day 5, it's almost been a week, and so far I don't really feel that different. I feel like so far I just feel numb. Like I haven't really gotten these extreme urges. I haven't really felt that different, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still waiting for that surge of testosterone, but I read into this and I've heard that for many people who are trying to get rid of an addiction, usually this is how you feel, especially with porn addiction. Your brain is used to all this dopamine, and basically over time, your brain is rewiring. Every day is a step closer towards your brain becoming natural again. My body is really used to that surge of dopamine, especially when I really crave it. And right now, it's numb and it's trying to fix itself. So right now, if you're going through the same thing where you just don't feel as horny, you're not really like your sex drive and libido isn't high. Don't worry, it'll eventually get back up there. It's just right now you're still just in this rewiring phase. But anyways, today's video, what I'm going to be talking about in particular is habits that I've been doing, like in trying to form while I've been trying to get rid of this porn addiction. So I'm going to list all of them right now. So I've been journaling, meditating, working out, reading, and just trying to be off my phone. And I forgot one, which is just walking. So I'm going to be going through all of these, how they make me feel, what I've learned about like doing all these things in these past 5 days, because I've been really trying to be consistent with these, So anyways, that being said, let's get right into the first one, which is journaling. So journaling is something that has been recommended to me for so long. I've have a history of anxiety. I overthink a lot, and everyone has always told me that journaling really helps with getting your mind off of things. It's like you're putting your thoughts onto paper, but I've never really put it into practice. I've always neglected it. I didn't think it was that important. I thought that it was just a waste of time. I was like, okay, why can't I just talk about it with a friend? Or why don't I just basically I just thought it was a waste of time. But I decided to finally start doing it. And the first day I didn't really feel much. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't really feel much because I was just journaling and I wasn't really focusing. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But the more I've been doing it, and it's been 5 days already, I definitely do now feel like some clarity. I definitely feel like I'm not thinking as much, because what would usually happen throughout the day is I'd be constantly thinking about that one time in high school when that one girl said that one thing to me, or I wish I had said this one thing, this one argument when me and this one dude were fighting. But now it's like if I'm thinking about that, I can kind of turn it away, take it out of my head. Or when I journal about it, it's instantly just like free from me. And I definitely recommend journaling for anyone who is struggling with anxiety, who overthinks a lot, and who just needs to just get an outlet, needs an outlet and get things out of their mind. Because what I've noticed is that a lot of this is a sign of anxiety. Overthinking is a sign of anxiety. And the more we can get our thoughts onto paper, it's a good outlet for us to release that tension and anxiety. As I said, for me, majority of my life, I've been anxious. So really putting my thoughts onto paper has been really pivotal, not only for just me dealing with just anxiety. It's also been really pivotal for me to just think more clearly about stuff, focus more. Because when I journal, I'm getting these thoughts out. And when you get these thoughts out of your mind, then you can think more clearly about things in a non-emotional way. So yeah, journaling has been really good. I've been really trying to hone in on this. And yeah, that being said, as I said, I recommend journaling to anyone who is thinking about doing it. If you're on this porn journey, what you can do is you can journal every time you get an urge, so that you can be more aware of what's really happening when you're getting urges. Because I feel like when we get urges, we don't really think about where it's really coming from. We think more so about, oh, I'm horny. Oh, I'm thinking about this one girl. Oh, I'm thinking about lust. But what's really happening is it's probably a pattern. Maybe, as I said, you're on your bed. maybe you're just sitting down bored and you're just indulging. You could journal about this and have more of an idea of what's really going on. So yeah, journaling, I really recommend it. Second is meditating. Meditating is something kind of like journaling that I've noticed that it's been really recommended. It's especially in the self-help space. Everyone recommends meditating. What basically meditating is when you're just trying to focus on something, and then when you get distracted, you bring your attention back to either your breath or the thing you're focusing on. And I'm not gonna lie, for the first week, I I hated meditating, because I've been meditating for quite a bit. I've been meditating for a few months now, but I've never really been consistent with it. But as I said, I really want to become more consistent with these habits. So I started meditating again, and I hated it at first because I just couldn't focus. I was thinking more about, as I said before, I was thinking about like certain things in the past, thinking about that one time when that one guy said this one thing, and I'd indulge in it. But the thing about meditation is it's not supposed to be easy at first. You right now probably have all these thoughts in your head that you're trying to just suppress, and you don't know why. You don't know how to get it out of your head. What meditation does is meditation helps you get those thoughts out of your head, or not even out of your head. It just helps you focus back onto the thing that you want to do. So the benefits of meditation is you'll have a clear mind. You'll be able to focus more on things that are important. And as I said, you'll help with your overthinking. What I've noticed about meditation when I started doing it is now I just feel like I can be more present. If I'm focusing on one thing, I'm not really focusing on my thoughts. I'm focusing on the now. Like right now, I have zero thoughts in my head. I'm focusing on what I'm saying. I'm focusing on the video. And that, I believe, is a result of me meditating for 5 days, consistently for 50 minutes. So yeah, I recommend meditation 100%. If you want to get into it, what I recommend is you start small. So start with like a 5-minute meditation and gradually increase over time when you start becoming a lot better. So yeah, I recommend meditation. 10 out of 10. Next is working out. As you can see, I'm working out in this video. I've always loved working out. I started working out when I was 19 and instantly I fell in love with it. I love working out because what happens is that if I'm really angry about something, I need to get that energy, that sexual energy, like that I would usually put into me nutting. I could put that into working out, and instantly I just feel a lot better. Working out is great for anyone who wants to just challenge their body, and not only their body, but also challenge their mind mentally to see what they're capable of. I believe that working out is a great way to just see who you really are as a person, because if you skip a day, you instantly know, why did I skip a day? You're instantly not going to feel as good. But if you don't skip a day, you're consistent, you're dialing in on your nutrition, you're working hard in the gym, and you're just consistently going, then you'll it'll be a great new habit, and your whole life will be better. You'll start walking better. You'll start getting more muscle. People will start respecting you. And yeah, overall, just working out, I really love, and if you don't like working out or like lifting weights in particular, then that's fine. I definitely do believe that everyone should work out. But what you can do is, your way of working out could be like playing a team sport. It could be running, could be as I said, some sport. Whatever it is, just be active, whether that be running, lifting weights, whatever. Choose one, because I'm telling you, just moving your body, getting out there will just increase your life quality in a whole. Before I was working out, it's like I noticed that there's something missing, and I really feel like that physical activity, it really helps you just overall with your mind, how your body feels, just you in all, just your whole life quality. So yeah, anyways, I recommend everyone to start working out in this video. So if as I said, pick a sport, pick an activity that you really like, and yeah, get off your ass. If you're getting urges, just go to the gym, lift some weights, or go for a 3-mile run, whatever. Start working out. Reading. So reading, I've always had a great area for reading my whole life. In high school, I never liked reading. like reading was the one thing that I just despised. I don't know if it was because my dad would always try to force me to read. I don't know if it was because I just didn't like school, but reading I just never liked doing. I always liked to learn. Don't get me wrong, I loved learning, but reading in particular, I just couldn't focus. Like I couldn't read the page. I just didn't like sitting down and not reading, and reading. But the more I started to realize that, like when I finally started stepping away from screens, when I finally stopped chasing dopamine, I started to actually really like reading. Reading has been really good because I've just learned a lot. I just feel like I absorb the information a lot better. And yeah, all in all, I feel like reading is just a great habit for me because it's also been able to increase my focus. I've always struggled with focus. I genuinely believe that I have some symptoms of like ADHD or something, but reading has definitely helped me just stay grounded and like be focused on the page, delve deep into the story or whatever information I was reading. And yeah, I think all in all, reading is really, really a great habit that anyone can get into, especially when you're trying to get away from your phone, you're trying to still learn, but, not watch videos. I think reading is a great way anyone can still like get that entertainment, still actually, you know, essentially, I believe that reading is almost like Netflix, like a show. If you just read, you set some time every day, just 1 hour or 30 minutes just to read. I'm telling you, you'll start liking it. It's an acquired thing. It's like an acquired taste. The more you do it, the more you start liking it. That's what I've noticed with myself. So yeah, I definitely do recommend you to read because it'll help your life in all ways, that, let's say, YouTube videos don't. Because when you have YouTube videos, you're seeing all these graphics, you're seeing all these things that are in your face, and it increases dopamine. But when you set that aside and you start reading, you're getting real dopamine. So yeah, read. Next is just being off my phone. Being off my phone has just been really great. What it's allowed me to do is really think about things that I really want to do. When you really sit down, you just stay at your wall, you just go on a walk. You start thinking about the things that you actually want to do rather than just being on your bed and just scrolling through content. I'm telling you, the more you just get off your phone, the more you'll put that energy into other areas of your life, whether that be going to the gym, whether that be you texting your family saying you love them, or you just even doing like a side hustle that you really want to do. For me, that was YouTube. I always wanted to do YouTube. So me being off my phone has helped me get more ideas for YouTube. It's also helped me just start these new habits. And all in all, I just feel like I'm getting better dopamine in like better ways. And overall, my life has just been a lot better. Anyways, tune in for day 6. Oh. And yeah, get off your phone because I'm telling you, your whole life will be a lot better. Tune in for day 6.